give Delaware State credit. They really wanted to kind of control the tempo of the game by taking a lot of time off each possession and then try to score during the Mayday part of the possession, the last 15 seconds. And I thought at times we did a good job defensively. Obviously our standards are being raised, and we hold a team to 33% from the field, and he did 27% from the three. But I think we got out of sorts a little bit at times. I thought we showed at times a lack of maturity in terms of what needs to be accomplished on the court, and unfortunately didn't finish some plays that I think we need to be able to finish. So I thought Trae played very well. I thought Solomon, even though he didn't make a basket, did some good things with 8 assists. You kind of see the opportunities that we have with the multiple guards out there of different roles and different statistical areas that each guy can do a little bit of, and we did a good job at the free throw line. Probably my biggest disappointment is on the glass. We didn't do a good job rebounding. We win the battle of the boards by 2, but we give up 11 offensive rebounds, and we miss 21 shots and only get 4 rebounds on that. That's not, Georgia Tech basketball. We got to do a lot better job of that.
Seemed like it was a role reversal for Travis and Solomon today in terms of sort of trying to struggle with his shot, and Solomon did a better job of actually passing the ball and being more involved in the offense.
It's not really a question there. It was a little more of a comment. So if that's your opinion, then fine.
Is that your opinion, I guess, on that?
Nah, I mean, I don't look at a role reversal. I thought Travis did some good things for us in the first half. He just had a couple shots, didn't make it. I think he had 2 assists in the second half, played a little better. Solomon was not aggressive enough at times on offense to score and to attack the gaps, but did a good job of passing. I don't think you always have to compare one or the other or whatever the case might be. Solomon did a good job of making the extra pass today and creating some shots for some other guys.
It seemed like Trae a couple times also kind of told him what to do with the ball. There was 1 or 2 where he was giving him some advice. Is that sort of the benefit of having a guy like that?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if you look at, our primary guard, Solomon had 8 assists and 1 turnover. Trae had 3 and 3, so that's 11 and 4. Travis had 2 and 1, so that's 13 and 5. 13 assists, 5 turnover ratio is pretty good from our guards. So our key is a total production there. So, pretty pleased with that aspect of it because they took care of the ball.
Start of the game, you did a good job of beating them down the court, got some easy hoops, and I guess they made some adjustments from there and didn't happen as much after that.
Well, here's what happened. They made baskets. They shot 46% in the second half. So it's hard to run when they're making baskets. That was a big difference in the second half, is they made baskets. They only shot 23% in the first half, 9% from the 3. So in the second half, our defense let us down. They shot 46 from the field, 45 from the 3. It's hard to run on made baskets. Our defense created those offensive opportunities in the first half. And so, what they did is they executed much better, and we didn't defend as well in the second half. That really, in order to run, guys have to understand that's a fun part of the game. That's an enjoyable way to play. That's why a lot of the guys came here, because of that. But if you don't defend and rebound first, you don't get to run. To get to the fun part, there's a responsibility that you have to, complete, and that's to defend, get a stop, and get a rebound.
Was the spacing the way you wanted it to be on those breaks?
No, I thought early we were just running, as opposed to getting our getting wide and being able to flow into something if we didn't get that. So we got a couple easy ones, just throwing the ball to the guy streaking, and then all of a sudden everybody was going to do that. So kind of the disciplined approach to running that we used kind of went out the window.
It seems like Stacy's a little more comfortable, especially on the offensive side of the ball so far this year, compared to last year where maybe he had just a lot of rest from having not played for so long.
Yeah, I think Stacy, in the 9 minutes of play did some good things for us. Had a big offensive rebound in the first half, with that and one, and he made the free throw. I thought he did, he definitely helped us, so he is getting a little more comfortable. His biggest thing, he's got to be a really good defender for us. He's got to rebound the ball. He's got to take care of the basketball for us. And, as he does those things, he'll be an important part of what we're doing.
They are getting 11 offensive rebounds. Actually, they had a lot of missed shots, which played into part of it. But what do you attribute that to?
A couple things. One, they took 22 threes out of 56 shots, so over what is that, 40%, something like that, right? So whenever you take long shots, leads to long rebounds. You have to be very disciplined to rebound the basketball on long rebounds, because the tendency when a shot goes up is to do what? Go, run to the rim. Well, on those long rebounds, now that you're running to the rim, the ball's going over your head. So that's one thing. The second thing is, if you're out of position, I always say, broken down defenses have a hard time rebounding. And they broke us down at times. They broke us down at times. We relaxed off the ball, and now we're trying to play catch-up the whole time. And it puts you in a tough position to rebound. We, other than Marcus, we don't have one player with 5 or more defensive rebounds. And as you said, a lot of missed shots.
It seemed like Marcus's line's like kind of right where you would probably want to see him.
I'd like to see a lot more. He had 12 points and 8 rebounds. We need him to be much more aggressive on offense. He only had 1 offensive rebound the whole night. And you guys you've heard me talk. We need our 3-man on the glass. He has to do a really good job on the glass for us. And that's hard sometimes at that spot, because where are you most of the time? You're out on the perimeter. So you have to be very disciplined and detail-orientated in terms of when the shot goes up, you are going from outside in on those shots. And that has to become a habit. That has to become part of who our 3 men are, and Marcus is the best at it when he does it. And so that's where that maturity, and they're going to get it. There's no question about it. I just wanted maybe a little bigger step today.
Brian, on the offensive glass, continuing that conversation, was Georgia Tech's energy deficient, or was Delaware State just really good on the defensive glass?
I don't think we went as we didn't go with the we didn't go as much as we needed to go. I never talk about pure stats in terms of he got this many offensive rebounds with the guys. We'll chart it, and we'll figure out, okay, you had 20 opportunities to go to the offensive glass. You only went 10 times. You're at a 50% clip. That's not good enough. You need to be at we need to be at 80, 85% clip, because you need to get 33 to 40% of your missed shots. If you want to be an elite rebounding team, that's what you need the number you need to be at. And it's amazing, because sometimes you can go. Like Daniel Miller went one time. He didn't get the rebound, but because he went, he took 2 guys with him. That was the rebound Stacy got and the putback. And so that's the thing. You need it's the efficiency of going every time that creates those second chance points. Those points are huge. Those second chance points, and we had 5 out of 70 points. Ugh.
Seems like you're about to jump up a little bit in competition on Friday to go to Athens, and a big game for you guys. Kind of, what do you tell the team after these first 2 games?
Well, and we're 2-0, and obviously we're making improvements, and we've done a lot of good things, and we're a much better team, and now we need to take another step up. We have a day off, and we got 2 days of practice to get ready for the game against Georgia. Obviously, it's a big game because it's a Georgia game, and at the same time, we need to play Georgia Tech basketball. And that's the most important thing, that we stay focused on the things that we need to continue to get better at. And if we do that, then things at the end usually take care of themselves. But we got a long way to go. We've made some improvements offensively. To be honest with you, we're even when we didn't play as well as we would like today. We're a much better offensive team. We're better. We only took 10 threes out of 45 against the zone, which is good in terms of having some discipline instead of just jacking shots up. And we got to the free throw line 20 times, and we made 18 of them. So, and we had a senior that needed to step up, and he stepped up for us, which was good to see. So, but we need to tighten up a lot of stuff, and it's, November, whatever. And we just need to continue to keep plugging away at that.
Yeah, that's always trying to, kind of be my role, is just to, ease things out on the court. I think that's what Coach Gregory wants me to do, and that's the type of player I am. Just kind of make sure that, we got great big men, and, Marcus is obviously a great driver, so just trying to get them in positions to attack the rim and not settle. So I think that that's the biggest thing for me to do.
You set the tone in the beginning of the game by beating them down the court and get some easy hoops. Talk a little bit about that.
That's how we play. We're trying to, play hard defense, let our big guys rebound, and then we got quick enough guards where we can just push the ball. So I think that's just what we're going to do against any team, force rebounds and just get out and run.
It seemed like you were very vocal, particularly with Solomon a couple of times, letting him know to get the pass into the big guys and that kind of things. That's something you're trying to reinforce with him, particularly with a younger guy like that?
Yeah, because, I meet with Coach Gregory and a lot of coaches a lot of times, so I kind of just know different things that they want for the offense. So I just try and relay that to guys on the team, like Solo, Marcus, and Travis. Even when he comes in, I'm in with him. So, it helps him out, too, just because sometimes, you can get riled up in the game, just kind of next thing you know, it's a 10-0 run, and you don't know it. So I just try to help guys out, and that's just kind of my job.
You guys had, I think it was like an 18 or 19 point lead early in the second half. I'm curious, was it hard to kind of maintain the energy?
I think it's always hard in situations like that because at that point, I guess you have a lot to lose. But I think that as a team, we need to mature more and just understand that we have to keep doing what got us to that point. But it wasn't something that we can't do in the future. I just think it's something we got to get better at.
I know that Friday y'all head to Athens, and you've obviously had some interesting games with them in Tennessee and stuff. You excited about having an opportunity to play them one last time?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's interesting kind of going, being from Tennessee now going to play them. This is like a true rivalry, so it'll be interesting. And, I think the last time I went to Athens, I shot like 1 for 11 or something like that. So just looking forward to, going back and redeeming myself.
As a team, what do you think you need to work on this week to get ready for Georgia?
I think we just have to continue to grow. I think that, a lot of times we kind of get out of sorts, and I think that from top to bottom, we just have to be mature. And I think that's the biggest thing for us. Obviously, just paying attention to little details, like Coach Gregory says. And, when we have an 18, 19-point lead, I think that's when we have to really buckle down and overemphasize those little details. And I think that especially when you go on the road, especially to a place like Athens or any place on the road, I think you have to make sure that, everybody's on the same page and we get a lead and we taking good shots and things like that. So it's something we just definitely have to make sure that, we continue to emphasize.
One thing that you look at here, Daniel started out the game, hit 2 out of 3. Second half, I think he only took 1 shot. Is that something you need to talk to him about? Say, hey, you got to go, keep it going?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I don't think nobody talks to Dan more than I talk to Dan when it comes to being on the court. Because I never really, I mean, I play with good big guys, but, you know, Dan's a real nice guy. And I think for me, I tell him all the time, you know, touch the ball, score. You know, especially when you have a guy, it's not your height or your skill level, whatever. So, you know, I tell Dan all the time, you touch the ball, I scream, you know, score. Like, you might as well. You know, that's the best shot we can get. Like, yeah, you know, so a hook shot in the lane from Dan is the best shot we can get. So, you know, for me as a guy, I'm one of those guys I tell him all the time to shoot. So, you know, taking one shot is obviously unacceptable, and that's something that I'm sure I won't even have to say nothing. Coach Gregory, you know, will say something, or Coach Smith. And definitely have to be more aggressive. Between those three guys, they should always be the most aggressive. They touch the ball, you know, we might as well get back on D. They need to score it unless they get triple teamed or something. So, no problem.